Hello, everybody, and welcome to our live for June 11th. We are going to be playing with the fabulous Craft Your Life project kit today, Windows to Stillness. Now, if you're a subscriber, you have this in your hot little hands. If you're not a subscriber, you don't yet. So this may change your opinion. Subscribers get the kits early and get to play with them. They also get an exclusive class by one of our leadership team each month showing how to use the fabulous designs that are coming out for that month. So we hope if you're not a subscriber yet, this will make you possibly want to subscribe to one of our fabulous kits, maybe even this Windows to Stillness. So let's switch cameras and we will go ahead and check that out. Okay, I'm just checking if I have my... I do. Okay. I got to keep my other camera alive that I was just on because it goes to sleep sometimes. So I got to keep it awake. I know it is so hot. It's very muggy in my room today. So I've got the fan on, hoping that's going to keep me upright. And of course, my Canada Dry ginger ale and my crafty supplies. Okay. So I had played with this. I don't know. Do I have? Oh, I do have it right here. Okay, hold on. It's still on my desk. That's the good thing about. Just dropped something else I didn't want to drop, but that's okay. I had saved this. I had made this one here, kind of using this, just testing it all out. And I really liked that with the Martian terrain. So I'm going to play with the Martian terrain today. There's cute little windows that you can put in front of this. And we also have the nesting arches that we released previously that would work well. I was looking for mine and could not find them. I don't know where they've disappeared to. It's one of those things, I saw them, but I'm cleaning my office. So where I saw them and when is debatable. So we're just going to go with what's in our kit. So it's very cute. I love this embossing folder. I think it's just kind of a cool kind of texture that's you got going on. So very, very cool. All right. Love the sentiments as well. I do wish we had dies for the sentiments. Not gonna lie. I wish we had for these bold ones. I wish we had dies, but that's okay. I can fussy cut straight lines, right? You guys have faith in me on straight lines, right? I'm hoping. Okay. So here we go. Let's dive right in. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my stencil. Now be careful because there are masks in there and you don't want to lose these. Okay. So this is what we're going to start with first. And I do have a window made from when I had prepped these. Let me move these aside because that's something else that hasn't come out yet. Okay. So I've got some windows kind of prepped here that we can kind of play with. I didn't do kind of the top part, so we could always create that during the live today if we are so inclined. So let's see what we're going to do today and just going to have a play here. Okay. So I'm first going to open and see which scene I want to pick. So I think I'm going to combine actually scene 1 and scene 3 because I like both of those. So I want them to kind of go together. Okay. So we are going to get a piece of cardstock. I already have one cut at a card base size. Look at me go here. Now I'll move this off to the side. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to tape this down. Yay, liked and shared. Yay, yay, yay. I know. See, I'm not a hot weather girl, so I feel like I can complain about it. I'd rather have it be cold because you can always put more clothes on, right? But I haven't found the zipper to take my skin off yet, so I can't cool off. I can only cool off so much, you know? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my mat, okay, because I've got the card base here, and I'm going to center this as best I can. This here, this first little window frame. And I'm going to try to get it as centered as I can. And I'm going to line up the edge of my stencil with the edge of my mat right here to kind of keep it straight. Dan, I remember you from the retreat. Hi, Dan. Welcome. It's always fun to see you guys out and about in the crafty world after the events. So hopefully I didn't reveal a big secret that Dan was at the event. So hopefully I didn't let any cats out of the bag there. All right, so we're going to begin with Pastel Sunrise. And I'm trying to decide, okay, decision might have been made. I'm trying to decide here what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to use my smalls, not my family smalls, because somebody is asleep right now in front of where I store my smalls. And I don't want to, you're not supposed to wake sleeping babies. And I think sleeping cats are on that as well. So we're not going to wake a sleeping cat. We're going to let them sleep. All right. So we are going to go ahead, and I'm okay. I want the whole thing because we can do that fancy little window, right? And I'm just putting Pastel Sunrise for right now. And I'm going kind of light with the Pastel Sunrise. Okay. Now, the fun thing is, right, you can combine this with, we have some beautiful mountain stencils and pastes and so many things that you can add into this as well. So I've got a nice, really soft blended area. So I like the softness of that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with Canyon Clay, and then I'm going to bring in, I'm just picking which micro brush, my number 10 micro brush. I'm picking which one kind of goes best with this color. I'm going to go with this, whatever this color was here. Okay. And I'm going to tap off on my, I'll do it on my ink pad. Okay. My ink pad. Because I don't want a lot. I just kind of want to come around the edges some. But I don't want to go super dark because it can easily get away from me, right? Get away from me a little bit there, but that's okay. So I'm just going to try to match kind of my darkest. And they don't all have to be consistent, right? Like it doesn't have to all be that one tone. Okay, here we go. All right, and then I'm going to go up. I'm going to sneak in here. Okay. And I always do that. I mean to go into my ink cover and get it. I should really move the pad away from me because I fall for that see, I did it again. I fall for that every time. I want to go over here and pick up so I get really light ink, but I forget sometimes and dip right back into the ink pad there. Okay, so let's take a look at this now. Oh, this one has been my favorite since it came out. Oh, it took a long time for me to move away from this. Okay, so really pretty. And I like now that my borders are better defined, right? It was really light with Pastel Sunrise, which is fine. You know, that's okay. All right, so now I'm going to line this up. And it's just the square down here that I want to line up. So pardon if my yoga hair gets in there. I got the bun and everything. If that gets in the way, I apologize. Okay, so we're going to do this. Okay. So for this one, I'm going to come back in with my Canyon clay. Okay. And I'm going to go full octane Canyon clay this time. We'll start out with full octane and see. Okay. Now this is great. I mean, you wouldn't think of it for like monochromatic, but it really kind of is, right? Because we're using one color family. So you're using shades within that family, but it's still that shades of one shade. Okay. And that is not giving me enough. So I'm going to come in with my small. And I just want to get, I don't want to get the birds. I don't want the boids yet. We're going to get the boids. Don't worry. We're going to get them. Okay, but not yet. Hopefully. All right, and then come back in here and get these. These are clouds. Okay. And this is like a mountain scene. Okay. Then I'm going to bring in burnt reds. I believe it does match the nesting arches. I couldn't find mine this morning, Carrie, or this afternoon, I'm sorry. Or I would have pulled mine out. I saw it somewhere and I'm like, I know, it's right here. And then I went to go pull it out and it wasn't right there. So, yes. So I do believe that one of the nesting arches will fit. So here we're going to go and we're going to add some of the red to the clouds. Okay. And then what I can do, just looking for like a little piece of cardstock, because I want to go on the top of this cloud like I did on the others. So I am just going to block that off. Okay. And this is a little cloud, so it might get more red than the others. And this one. Okay. And then same thing. We're going to block this one off. Uh-oh, kitty tussle. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but there was just a yell downstairs, which means Dexter has gone too near Luna and she's not having it. All right. Hello. Hello, guys. Hello, hello. All right. And then this here, that's a big cloud. So we're going to go across the top. Okay. All right. So it looks kind of like a hot mess at the moment, a pretty hot mess, but hello. Hi, everyone. Okay. So there we go. So we got our clouds, and I like that they're kind of soft. They're red, but I feel like they're soft, puffy clouds, but they're red, but that's okay. I've seen red clouds before. Usually means you don't want to be around the next day because it's going to be pretty toasty, right, guys? We're getting into that section of time there. All right. We're going to clean our stencil as we go. This is a fun one, too. If Martian Terrain is a newer family to you, this is a fun one to play and spray with water and watch it separate. Very, very fun. All right. Then we're going to have our little birds. Okay. And I want my birds to kind of go right there. Okay. And I'm taking mahogany bark. Remember I said we were going to keep this kind of a monochromatic. So because I'm staying with my family here, I'm not using the obsidian. I'm bringing in mahogany bark. So I'm keeping up with that kind of peachy, reddy tone. Okay. Ooh, I'm throwing stuff around now. So there we go. We got our birds. Okay. And then, now remember I said I wanted to combine. I want the sun coming on my scene as well. Okay. And I think I want the sun right about, well, maybe I want the sun kind of partially out, or maybe it's a moon, right? Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to put some tape on my hand. You're like, okay, are you falling apart, girlfriend? What's going on? What's happening? I'm not falling apart, not yet. I am going to put it on my artwork here. But this picks up some of the oils in my hands and removes some of the tackiness from the tape. So little pro tip there. Okay. All right. So there, we're going to go there and there. I like that better. And we are going to have a red and mahogany bark. So burnt reds and mahogany bark moon. Okay. And I just happen to have the 7 near me. It's a small enough space. I'm just using the 7 to do my sun, my moon. Because I think they call them blood moons, red moons, I think. You could also add more birds if you wanted more birds. I feel like the Hitchcock movie, The Birds. I think there was a Hitchcock movie, The Birds. I'm not really sure. I'm not a Hitchcock fan, but I think there was a movie called The Birds. So I think it was spelled B-Y-R-D-S, I think. I could be wrong. That's always a possibility, but I think so. All right. And then I'm going to come in and just add some of this to make it a really creepy moon. But it's a cool moon. I really love this, doing this effect on this. I love the color. So I say creepy moon, but I'm making it and I love it. So I guess I should calm down calling it names, right? All right. And then I want a little bit, because that's kind of blended there. I know, I lift it up and I start blending. Silly girl. Silly girl. Okay. So this will be our first scene. I'm just going to pull this back very carefully for 2 reasons. 1, I don't want to pull the adhesive, and 2, I have ink on there. So I want to be very careful. So this is combining stencil 1 and, well, scene 1 and scene 3. Okay. And this is our first kind of background. Okay. So there's our first, the birds. Yes, the birds. I remember the rock group. I'm more a music. I love movies, but not older movies like that, generation. But music from the 50s and 60s, let me tell you. Oh, yeah. My husband and I used to listen to that almost exclusively, threw some 80s in there, but big fans of that generation. Okay. So we have this one. And then, of course, we will create, our window so that we can look out of it. Okay. And then we'll make that whoop-de-doody over the top. Okay. Because I haven't made that yet. All right. And then, but I figured we would stencil this one as well. We'll do this one here and create that as a panel as well. Oh, that's that one. Okay. And I need another panel. Wow. I'm asking for things today and they are showing up. Crazy. Okay. Better be careful what I ask for. All right, here we go. Okay. Now, if you wanted to as well, I mean, I know they're little, but you could cut out the birds too. So that could be fun. All right, Patrick Casey, no. All right, Patrick is up to his usual tricks. Okay, so this one, I'm not going to do this portion I'm looking at the front camera. Like, I'm not going to do this portion. You guys can't see what I'm showing you. All right, I am going to yeah, okay, we'll do this one first. All right, so this one, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to line it up over here, right? Because they put it on the stencil straight. So I can line it up over there and I'll be all set. And we're going to keep up same color because I like it. All right. And then I need to block that off. So again, put a piece of tape on my hand. Oh, glad you guys can make it. Always happy when you guys can make it, even if you're late. That's okay. We're just glad you're here. Glad you're here. All right. So again, our pastel sunrise. So that's the fun thing, right? Is these stencils, and it's with all the sets that you get. You know, they give you ideas on what you can do with them, but there's so much more you can do with them, right? Just got to put a little imagination into it and you will get some fabulous ideas. Okay, so this one, I am going to go with Canyon Clay, again, around the edge. I just think that's a nice look, and it kind of gives me that border where Pastel Sunrise is kind of a lighter tone, so that I don't have to load the Pastel Sunrise on there because I don't want to do that. So I can just kind of add this in here. Okay, and here. All right, there we go. Okay, so we'll peel this up carefully, but I am going to peel it back on itself because I don't want it to tear my paper. Okay, there we go. Hello, everyone. Hello, as you're coming in. So excited to see you all. Okay, then we're going to put this over here. So we're going to line up our clouds. Oh, this one I was quite low on. That's okay. That's all right. We can always trim this out and put it behind our window too. Okay, and this one I just want to make sure I got it pretty lined up with the stencil, and then I also want to make sure I've got it kind of lined up over here so I know it's straight as well. All right, and on this one, we're going to do burnt red at the top. Burnt red, there we go. These are going to be our clouds. Getting it pretty solid. Okay, and then down here, I'm going to take a bigger one actually. Okay, and come in, and these are going to be my kind of mountains. This reminds me of Colorado, which I get to go this summer. Kids are going to a wedding and I'm on baby patrol. Ukme is traveling as an au pair, I guess. If I was writing a mini-series novel, it would be Ukme impersonates an au pair. Oh, goodness. All right. Here we go. We do have a big one. This was grapevine, so I don't know what color I'm going to get for sure, but I just need a bigger I need the small so I can get some color in there. All right. And if it's not solid color, it's okay because the mountains are not going to be solid color. They're going to have lighter areas and darker areas. So I'm not overly worried about it. I do want to make sure I get a nice color, but it doesn't have to be solid. I know, baby B in Colorado, does it get better? I don't think so. But I do have her overnight coming up soon. I'm very excited. It'll be a lot of fun. My daughter-in-law said, well, Ryan will be ready to come rescue you at any time. And I said to my daughter-in-law, I said, can you look over at your husband? She said, yeah, he's right here. Why? Do you want to talk to him? And I said, no. I said, he is my reference point. I have raised a human. She will be fine. Don't need to worry. Ukme will keep her. Ukme will be just fine. Just fine. This is Windows to Stillness, Tracy. This is the July PK, which our fabulous subscribers already have and are playing with. So just wanted to give some additional inspiration and inspire some that may not be subscribed that might like to be subscribed. Okay, so we have this. Okay, now this I'm just going to trim out so that we can put behind something. But first, let's see. I wanted to... I was thinking of doing some splatter, but okay, let's use the stamp set on this one, I guess, because we kind of copied this one. So let's go ahead. Because what I was going to do is I was going to use those flowers and just use some shimmer paste and put them on there with that as kind of like a splatter. Okay, and then this, and this, and we'll put the holster back on here. All right. Okay, then we come to the stamp set. Okay, and because I'm going to cut this out, I can go over the image if I want to, because I really like the kind of hangy down one, the C1. C1. I like that because there's this one. Oh, sorry.
Can you clarify what you mean by hanging down 1 to C? 1C, 1?
Alexa, stop. Sorry. I don't know why she started talking. I don't know. Oh my goodness. Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay. So I like this one. I like how this lays. We're going to say that because otherwise somebody else joins in. So see, this one kind of looks like it's blowing in the breeze, right? I like this kind of hanging down kind of thing. So I think we're going to do that. And because I am kind of keeping these monochrome-ish, right? Monochrome-esque. I'm going to, well, actually, okay. Now, okay, I can't use that one. It doesn't make sense really for our building our image. Okay. Rethinking. All right, we'll do this one that we're supposed to do that's in the photo. We'll do the photo. We have to do the photo. We'll do the photo, right? All right. I guess we have to do the photo. Don't mind the bun. All right, here we go. Like I said, if I go outside the image, it's okay because we're going to trim it down. All right. This one's pretty too. I really like that one that hangs down. I want to use that one. All right. Have I whined enough? Maybe we'll make that one because I want to use the one that hangs down. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to try the burnt red first. I don't think it's gonna give me what I want, but I think if I do a couple stampings maybe, because I used that beautiful mahogany bark down there, So I might have to use mahogany bark on the tree as well. They're right here. Here we go. Oh, I love how different that looks. Look how cool that looks. Because it's one way on the mahogany bark and it's another up top. That is so cool. Now, the other thing I could do is I could stamp like the portion that's on the mahogany bark. I could stamp that in mahogany bark. But I think I'm okay with this how it is. I think I'm good with this. I know. Marsha, Marsha, Marsha. I know. Exactly. I do that when I'm being a spoiled, crafty crafter. I'm like, Marsha, Marsha, Marsha. You know, it just makes you feel better. It really does. Okay. Here we go. So we're going to trim this down. Now, if you had the arches set, that would work great. All right. And then this way, hopefully. Oh, we did really good lining it up. That trick of lining it up on the mat worked pretty good there. Okay, and then we'll trim this one here. And then just slide it up a scotch. I know, I'm trimming like ridiculous little thin lines here. Okay, so now I have my little scene. But this is so fun because you can create so many different types of scenes, right? With just using these stencils and the stamps that come with it. Now, and if you did this in black, it's going to look so different, right? It's going to look so super different. All right, so I'm going to measure this. This is about 1.5 by 3 3/8. So let's take this, okay, and let us, I don't want to use burnt red. I don't know if Pastel Sunrise, if it would go too light in there. I think what I'm going to do is this, oh, this is it. Okay, I have it. I have it already done. Okay, so what I want to do, I don't know if I want that in white. Let's see. Or we could, I just found this the other day. That might look nice, just as a border. Let's try it. Okay. And I'm going to use a different trimmer so I don't have to cut all the cardstock off. All right, so let's go to 3.5 and actually put it up here, 3.5. And we're going to go down to about 1.5, I think I said. There. And then 1.5. 3.5. Let's see. That looks way too small, but maybe not. Oh, yep, it is. Okay, so what we're going to do. All right. I do like the look of it, though. I think it looks very nice. Okay, so that's right. All right, so I need actually, because it's 1.5 by 3.5, so it'd be 1 3/4 by 3.5. I'm going to go here, 3 5/8, and then yeah, 3 5/8, and then we will go up. I'm going to go up to 10, and then I can just trim it from there. But at least I will have my piece. There we go. Okay. I just didn't want to cut the whole piece up. Okay. So now I can come back in and do 1 3/4. And actually, before I cut, let's double check because I don't want to waste any more of my paper. 1 3/4. No, I think I want a little bit more. That looks good. Okay. All right. And I do like, I don't know if you can see, like in real life, I can see the red. It's hard to see on screen now, but it kind of, the mountains kind of blended in and the tree is just sticking up above. I really like how that turned out. Okay. So then I don't know. Next step is I don't know what we shall. I know we're going to put foam tape. You guys knew that, right? You saw foam tape in the works. Okay. Lydia has die cutting music. I have scissor music. All right. Here we go. Trying to get it as centered as I can. It's a little off on the back. The good thing about glitter paper is it doesn't really fully stick at first. So you can just kind of lift it up and try again, which is great. It does eventually stick. Once you push it down, it will stick. But if you don't push it down, then you can do that. So here's our little focal. And then I think what we're going to do, we are going to take this, we're going to trim this down to 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. And then I'm going to have this be over here. Here. Okay. But I think we are going to do some pastel sunrise on there. So let's put our piece of cardstock back before we lose it. You guys know how those crafty gnomes are. If you leave something out too long, they're like, oh, she doesn't need it. We'll just go take it. All right. Then, okay. Okay. So I think what we're going to do, since this is, it has a texture to it, I am not going to stamp this on my own. I'm going to bring in my friend, the stamp wheel, because he is a good feller. He loves to help me. Okay. And then I'm going to keep up with my monochromatic kind of feel. So I'm going to stamp in mahogany bark after I clean my stamp. Fabulous. Salt New Stamp Cleaner. It's fantastic. Love it. Love, love, love. Okay, so we'll put this back. And we'll choose our sentiment, which is going to be pause, breathe, and take it all, or take a moment to. Let's do that. Take a moment to pause. Pause for the cause. Okay. So we're going to do pause. Okay. And hello, guys. Hello, hello. Okay, I'm going to take a moment to, I'm going to put them right together. I'm going to make sure they're flat and straightish and don't have any hair on them. There's lots of steps. You think it's so simple to stamp a sentiment. It looks so simple, doesn't it, on TV? LOL. Okay. That one, I think, moved. So I am going to just check it. It looks good. It looks straight there against it. So we're going to go with it. We're going to go with it. Just going to condition these because I have used these all, but I just want to make sure. Now, you could do what my dear friend JC does, and you could do a couple different inks on this, do like an ombre sentiment. He does that, and he does it so beautifully. I'm going to move that just because I don't want to get anything on it after all my hard work. Take a moment to pause. Okay. And again, it's textured. So if that bothers you, you could put these onto sentiment strips and have them there. Okay. Also, you could fill it in with artist marker. We do have an artist marker in mahogany bark, but I'm okay with it. So take a moment to pause. Okay, so this will be our first card here. And I think what I'm going to do, I meant to do this before, and then I got overzealous and excited. I'm going to take Pastel Sunrise. I'm going to move some stuff off my space here. Woohoo. And where'd my, oh, here it is. I'm like, where'd my little tool go? I need the tool. Okay. So I'm just going to come in, and I don't want it super dark, but I also don't really want it white. So I'm using the Pastel Sunrise. We may not be able to make our fancy window, guys. I'm sorry. At least I got the other window we can put on there for our other one. Okay, and then I'm just kind of taking away the white because that white was pretty stark considering we didn't really have any white on our project. Okay, and I'm going to check it and just see what I think. Okay, I like that better. However, I would like it even better with this. Okay, so I'm just going to come in around the edges. And I think, I mean, this is beautiful in white, like having that texture in white is gorgeous. But I have to say, when you add color to this embossing folder, oh, it just gets better. It really does just get better. Okay. All right. At least I think it gets better. So here we go. So we got Canyon Clay and Pastel Sunrise. And then we're going to just clean the desk before we forget. Okay. All right. So there we go. So we have this. This will be our card for here. And I think I will probably add on some of the enamel dots. There we go. Couldn't think of the word. Some enamel dots with the Martian terrain. So kind of a monochromatic card, you know. Yeah, and that white, because we only have white here, it just kind of pulls that, and I think it draws your eye to that all that white, and it's overwhelming. So I really like that one there. Okay. So this one, what we're going to do, I think we're going to just trim this one out as well. And then we'll put that onto a card as well. And we'll stamp another sentiment. Okay. I love the birds on this. Love, 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 love. I know this set is so pretty. I remember getting it and I remember looking at it and I just I'm like, I feel so calm just looking at this set. Like, it's just so calming just seeing it, you know? It just, just reading the words was very soothing. So I love stamp sets that can take you to another place. Okay. Now, what you could do, now I'm not going to do because we have a few minutes left, but what you could do when you guys have this at home, you could create a cute little shaker window with this, right? Because, you know, you could put some acetate in here and create an adorable little shaker window. So I'm going to get another panel. I think I'm out of panels here. I am looking to see if I can quickly see my pastel sunrise. I don't think I can. I just reorganized all my cardstocks. And so I'm learning where they are again. Yes, serene. That's the word. It seems very funny to have the pirate lady say it's serene. I don't think of pirates as a serene bunch. I think of pirates as a rowdy bunch. All right. But hey, I have what does it say? It says work like a captain, play like a pirate, or something like that. So I have pirate things around my house. I have a thing that where you come upstairs into my house from the basement, it has captain's quarters. And so, yeah, I have a lot of pirate themed stuff. So I love the pirate theme. I don't want to be a pirate, but it's fun to play a pirate, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get this glued down, so to speak. I'm looking for my glue tape. It moved to the back of the drawer. Okay. And this one, I want to put in the center-ish. Okay. Okay. And then I'll put this on my window. I'm just putting my glue tape on the sides here. Who knew I had the same music for when I use glue tape too? All right. I don't want to cover that moon. I love that moon. All right. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Look how pretty. Look how pretty. This looks like it's framed. Oh, you're the female Captain Hook. All righty. I like it. I like it. All right. Now this I need a little direction on because I get confused. I think they go this way, but am I backwards? No, I'm going the right way. Okay. I got these backwards like every time I was doing it. So I have to look and see and make sure I've got my windows open the right way. Maybe I still have them backwards. No, it's supposed to be this part's supposed to be out. Oh, wait. It's supposed to be like that, I think. Yeah. The chunky part's supposed to be out, girlfriends. Girlfriend. All right, here we go. Okay, girlfriend is up to date now. Here we go. All right, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to get glue tape on here. Okay. Rub off the excess glue tape that I had. Not too much there, which is good. All right. Then we're going to inset this. Schnikey Batman. Schnikey Batman. All right. Here we go. And wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Ha, ha, ha. All right. There we go. And then we have to get down our little windows here. Okay. And put that down. Oh, I didn't get my window lined up there. My window is out of line, out of alignment. That's not shocking. All right, there we go. With me, something's always out of alignment. All right. Oh, and I didn't put that one in far enough. Okay, maybe I did. Did I? No, I did. Okay, there we go. Oh, the paranoia, I tell you. Is it right? Is it not right? I don't know. Is it? I don't know. Okay. At least when you guys are here, I'm talking to you. That's the good thing. Okay, so see that's it. It looks a little crooked because that one was up a little higher. Okay, so you get it. There we go. I think that's better. It's better. There we go. Okay, it still looks crooked to me. There we go. Maybe that's better. I don't know. Okay, it still looks crooked. All right. So this one, I'm going to go right on the bottom. And okay. We pardon the old noggin again, guys. Watch out for the old noggin. It's coming in. Coming in with a big old head. Got a big head. Apparently big heads run in our family though. Size, not we're humble. We just have large heads. Okay, here we go. First I'm going to center this one. Oh dear Lord. Amanda in the other room is talking. I don't know why it just keeps coming on. All right. My son warns me they're listening to me all the time. And I'm like, A, I don't say that anything exciting anyways. So if they're listening to me, they're going to be bored. And B, I don't care. So, but I guess they really do because I wasn't talking to them and they were part of the conversation here. Okay. So I want to move it up. Okay. And I'm not breathing right now because I'm trying to center that. So, all right. Move the pause. Pause for the cause. Okay. Well, we crafted like pirates today. We've had a fun day. We always have a fun day though, don't we? We have such a fun day together. I always look forward to seeing you guys. Always so much fun. All right, so we're going to use the black on here. Not too bad for lining it up. I am going to stamp it one more time, which is usually when I ask for trouble because there's no hair there right now, but this is usually when I get into trouble, but I'm going to do it. Ha-ha. Okay. It came out. Ha 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 ha. All right. Now, what you could do, okay, if you wanted to take this further, you could have started with a beautiful like shimmer pasted background and then put that on there, right? Because this would look like wallpaper behind it. And I mean, you still kind of could if you masked this and took your two things off there. You could kind of put some wallpaper behind it. But I really like this. I love my birds. I love the moon. I love it. I love it all. And then again, you get this one. Let's glue this on here. Just line it up again. Remember, this one was a little bit smaller. I did 4 by 5 and a quarter. Here we go. So this will be a little bit smaller and it will fit. So you'll still get that white around like the card base. So you'll get to see that. So, oh, make sure, Dan, make sure for your sentiments, don't push on the sentiment. So when you're in your if you don't have a stamp wheel, that's part of the secret. I will tell you, stamp wheel, part of the secret. The other part of the secret is, let me see. Choo choo boo doo boo doo boo doo boo boo doo boo 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 doobie. Okay, so here. So I'm going to stamp my sentiment, okay? So I've got my ink on there. I'm going to flip it, and I'm not going to touch the sentiment, okay? I'm going on either side of it, and I'm pushing. And then I'm lightly tapping, like tap, 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 okay? And then lift it up, and you get a beautiful crisp, especially those little thin letters. You get a beautiful crisp stamp. So then if you, like last time, mine wasn't as dark as I wanted. So I go in again, okay? And again, I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to touch my stamp. I'm going to just be on the sides, okay? Just on the sides, because that pressure spreads across the plate and pushes it down. Then again, just tap, 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 tap. I'm not putting any pressure, and there you go. Again, a beautiful sentiment, nice, dark, beautiful, and crisp. The other secret to crisp sentiments is obsidian. Obsidian and the stamp wheel are deadly combination for crisp sentiments. All right, so let me move these down here. So just if you were kind of playing along today and you want to create these cards later, I'll just put those out there. Yeah, Dan, no pressing. I'm sure you got big muscles, but that is not the time to use them. You got to use small muscles, Dan, small muscles. And yes, the stamp wheel, game changer. All right, my dear friends, I hope you had as much fun as I, and obsidian. Yes, obsidian. That's the other secret. It's just fantastic. It just is the secret. It's the secret sauce, the secret to life. I hope these were fun for you guys to create or see created with me today. And if you don't already have the fabulous Windows to Stillness, if you aren't a subscriber, make sure to check it out. Just check it out, see what your options are. You get to find out ahead, and you get your stamps about a month ahead, I think, of the general public release, as well as the leadership team class each month, using some of the subscriptions each month. Lots of inspiration, lots of fun. And yeah, so I hope to see some cards when you get your kit, or if you have it already, I hope to see some cards in the fan group. And if you don't have it and you do get it, make sure to share those cards when you do. We're so excited to see what you create with it. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me today. It's always so much fun to see all my crafty friends lurking out in the crafty world. And from all of us at Alt New, thank you so much for allowing us to help you craft your life. We'll see you all very soon. Bye, everyone.